Hello friends, this is Rashmi Singh ma'am, and today I am going to teach you the first poem of Standard 12 syllabus, that is My Mother at 66 by Kamala Das. As we all know, Kamala Das is a renowned Indian poet and is famous for capturing the complex subtleties of human relationships. She is a very sensitive poet. Let us start. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. So, the poet was driving from her home, her mother's home, where she had gone to visit her. She was driving from her mother's home to somewhere in Cochin. Later on, we come to know that she was driving to the airport, but right now we don't know. So it is just like this. They were both driving. They were both in the car. Not driving but sitting. Here it is written driving. Maybe she was driving or she was sitting beside her mother. I saw my mother beside me. Now here student, beside, not besides. Besides is when you are doing away with something, like besides this, besides that, except this, except that. Here beside means along with you. Doze is what? When you're sleeping and half asleep, and open mouth. And whenever you're half asleep, a short sleep you're taking, then your mouth is like automatically it gets open. Her face ashen like. Here the poet compares her mother's face to ash, ashen like. And the figure of speech, students, here is simile, because like is used. It is a direct comparison, and when like is used, wherever there is a direct comparison, it is a simile. So she compares her mother's face, which was doze, open, to ash. Just like ash is also lusterless, without energy, similarly, her mother's face also seemed without energy and without any luster, because she had gone too old, quite frail, and she was afraid to see this condition of her mother's and that of a corpse. Now, she has two similes here, two comparisons. First, she compares her mother to ash, and then that to a corpse. Face ashen like that of a corpse. So corpse face, a dead body's face, is also compared to ash, and similarly here her mother's face is also compared to ash. At the same time she is comparing a corpse's face and her mother's face to ash. And corpse's face is also energyless. Obviously a dead body's face would be without energy, without any expression, without any luster. And similarly the ash would also be without any energy, without any luster, without any zing or zest, Z-E-S-T, energy, zing, Z-I-N-G, energy in life. So whenever I am teaching to you all, I will be giving you some words also to enhance your vocabulary. And I hope so you will be keeping all this in your mind and jotting it down. So, and after that she says, and realized with pain. What exactly does she realize? What? Here, an important thing to note down is this: she realized with pain what? This question can come. She realized with pain that one day, you all can write, that one day finally she would be separated from her mother. Spelling of separated, you have to be very careful while writing down the spellings. S-E-P-A-R-A-T-E-D. Do not write P-E. Most of you make this mistake, and uselessly I don't want that your marks should be deducted. So what did she realize with pain? That one day finally she would be separated from her mother. And how? because she was getting very old and she feared that one day the final doom, the final end would come, and finally her mother won't be there with her anymore. That she thought away and looked, but soon put that thought away. She thought this, but soon she pushed that thought away. She did not want that thought to linger around her, to linger on her mind, that she would be separated from her mother, because she loved her mother very, very much. Everyone, we all do. We all love our mother. Our children love us. We love our mother. So this feeling of separation from a mom or from a mother is very, very heart-wrenching, you can say. Put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. So she looks out of the car and she sees the young trees sprinting, running very fast. Now, can the young trees sprint? Can they run very fast? No, they cannot. It is just an illusion. Illusion, 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 false feeling that the trees are running. Actually, the car was running, but the speed of the car is such, with the motion of the car in physics, those who have been studying physics, you know this, with the motion, it was looking as if the trees were sprinting. So why this has been brought? Why this trees imagery has been brought? Trees imagery has been brought to contrast with her mother's face. The next imagery which has been brought here is of children spilling out of their homes. Now these children, small children, are very, very energetic and they cannot be contained in their homes. Contained means kept back in their homes. They cannot be closed down and kept inside their homes. They are just jumping out of their homes and they are very, very energetic. They're spilling. This word spilling means thrown out of their home. If you fill any container, overfill any container with a liquid, it spills out. So similarly, these children were spilling out of their homes. They were so energized. But at the contrast, so another figure of speech which is brought here by the poet is contrast. She is contrasting her mother's face with sprinting trees, which actually were not, but sprinting trees and merry children spilling out of their homes. But after the airport security check, so they were going to airport and they had reached the airport, she was going back. Kamala Das was going back to her family. She was married and she had to leave back her mother. Now this is another thing which I'll be discussing later on. First the contrast and which I have discussed, and now this, she is there at the airport and after the security check she looks at her mother standing a few yards away, and she is all filled in with emotions. She does not want to leave her mother and go because she doesn't know what would be the situation after she has left and gone back. But she had her duties. She was tied to her marital duties. She was just like in Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, which we'll be doing soon. So there also this emotion of, or this subtlety, complex subtlety is brought of human life, duties to which girls are tied, marital duties to which girls are tied, and they have to leave back their mothers and have to go to their own homes. Despite of the fact that they want to stay with their mothers, they want to take care of their mothers, but they have their own family also to take care of. So standing, but after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, wan, pale, as a late winter's moon. Again, a figure of speech is being brought here. Again, she is comparing her mother's face to a wan, pale, late winter's moon. Wan, withered, dried and twisted. So her mother's face was wan, without any energy, pale again, lifeless, very weak, frail, colorless. So, just like late winter's moon, her mother's face had gone that way. And familiar ache, my childhood's fear. Familiar ache, my childhood's fear. The answer would be the same, students. Familiar ache and childhood's fear. What was the familiar ache? Familiar, very known. Familiar, very known. Ache is pain. A-C-H-E, ache is pain, and familiar ache, very known pain. What was that known pain? Known pain that finally one day she would be separated from her mother forever. This is one truth of life, and this was her childhood fear also. Her childhood fear that without saying it goes, that she would be separated from her mother. But standing there, she was so overwhelmed, so choked with emotions that she could not say anything. All I said was, "See you soon, Amma." As I told you earlier, she was tied to her marital duty. She could not do anything else. She had to go back to her husband's home. Despite of the fact that her mother had brought her up, done so many things, but being a girl of the Indian society, however, situations have changed these days, but still more or less it is the same. So she wanted to do a lot for her mother, but she could not. So she stood there and she could not afford to say anything else, only this much: "See you soon, Amma," hoping to see her mother again very soon, probably, and in a good condition. All I did was smile and smile and smile. She was hopeless. She could not do anything. Nothing was in her hand. She had to go back, and she had to leave her mother behind. So 3 smiles are used by poet here. Smile and smile and smile. One smile symbolizes hope that probably next time she will meet her mother when she'll come back again. Next, the fear, the same childhood fear, whether or not her mother would be there when she will come back her next time, whether she will be able to meet her or not. And the third one is her own hopelessness, that despite being a daughter, she's not been able to do anything to her mother. So very beautifully, Kamala Das has depicted this emotion, which you can say has a great effect on our lives. Thank you. Read properly, and if you have any queries, my mail ID is rashmi.singh0211 @gmail.com. Thank you.